Hello guys, this is Vysh. So the 2025 Prelims GS1 paper is over at 11:30 and now people will be having the break and 2:30 they'll be giving their CSAT paper. Okay, so by 2 o'clock at least students should be there in their exam halls so that they can give the exam, and many students are going on messaging about the toughness level. Okay, this paper, when we put a thumbnail here that tough or easy, actually it's not at all easy. Okay, the paper is tough. So even 2026-27, whoever aspirants are watching should understand that UPSC has again gone back to their toughness level, not in terms of the topics, because there are questions which are directly from your books also, but the pattern which they did in 2023, because of which the cutoff went as low as 75, if you remember. Okay, let me just take that thing for you 1 minute. 2023, what had happened? They had asked questions of new format. Okay, if you can see in screen, we had done videos last year, 2023, why it was tougher because of the toughness level questions being very high, and 2024 they reduced that type of questions, which is a new format also. And we had a problem that when we ask how many of the following, okay, instead of asking which of the following, like suppose there is a statement like some revenue is asked, some orbit is asked, or something is asked, and when they asked how many of the above, you have to know each of the statements. Okay, else if it was which of the following is correct, instead of how many, they will ask like 1,2, 1,3. So in case suppose you know that, okay, second statement is definitely wrong, we can eliminate this option. Okay, we can only look the other options, or suppose there is 1, 2, 3, then this also gets eliminated because we know that 2 is definitely wrong. Just by knowing one statement, you could have come to the answer. But when how many of the following comes, you have to know that is this correct, is this correct, is this correct, unless that you cannot solve that. So that level of questions, how many, that questions have come multiple times more than what you see here on screen of 2023 and 24. And that is the reason this paper is tough. Okay, this 2025 paper is tough. So let us just go through that. But before that, again, the type of questions I want to tell you, there are 3 statement type questions. Okay, where statement 1, statement 2, statement 3, and then they do an assertion reasoning, where usually there will be like 2 statements and they will ask like whether second one explains the first one or whether both are needed to explain something. CSAT questions usually. So that in GS they had introduced already in 2023 in huge number. They reduced the count in 2024. Now they increased the count in 2025. So because of this assertion reasoning and 3 statements everywhere, it's very difficult. Like statement 2 and 3 both required to explain statement 1, or 1 alone is sufficient. So this much complication in that. It's not about the topic. You cannot solve it in 1 minute because you have only 1 minute 10 seconds or 1 minute 12 seconds per questions, because you have to do 100 questions in 120 minutes. So because of that time problem, each student will spend more time on each question, and because of that the number of questions they attempt will be lesser, and because of that the cutoff will go low. Okay, the cutoff will go and should go ideally. It's just my first glance. Okay, I have not gone to question by question, but I'll show you today scrolling through all the 100 questions. And then 2023 had the lowest ever cutoff, 75. 2024 it became 87 because they made it lighter, easier. Now 2025, again I am thinking it will be going back to the 2023 mode where it should be low, and just a glance I am looking, it looks even tougher than 2023. Okay, it looks even tougher than 2023 in the first glance. But now if I analyze, maybe it look like, okay, maybe these were solvable, and maybe it will go to the same range of 2023, and the cutoff can be 75 to 80 range is my first initial glance. Okay, now we will just see that. Even subject wise, I'll break it down. This is 2023-24's breakdown, like each topic, how many questions came, how the toughness of each thing. This same pattern in my 5 o'clock video today, it will come where I break it down like each question has, each topic has how many questions. Okay, now we'll just open the PDF of today's question paper. Just give me a second. I think set number D I'll be taking of today's paper, which students have sent me. Okay, I think you can see on screen behind me, set number D. I will just zoom it. Okay, set number D behind me. I'll just move myself also a little bit so that you can see the question paper fully. Let's scroll through the question number 1. Okay, so this set number D is starting with history, and I have seen, I think set number B I have seen where it is starting with science and tech and environment kind of questions. Okay, and it's all very like bouncer kind of questions. Most of the questions are like how many of the above, how many of the first 10-15 questions I put like that itself will break the confidence of most of the students. Okay, so 2026 student, 27 student, be prepared for something tougher next year. They are playing with very factual information. India yearbook type of now numerics have been asked this time. So we'll see. Okay, so I'm not going to analyze here. We just go through, okay, how it is in the first glance. So the first question, if you see, sedition. Sedition has become my religion is a famous statement given by Gandhiji at the time of which movement? Okay. So this again, if you know the answers and all, you can keep commenting in the comment section also that others can learn. Here, I will discuss the answers only in the next video, okay? So, or the next series of videos, which will do subject-wise videos. So here this first question itself is, if you see, history questions I found this time much more like relatable. There is non-cooperation movement, there is leaders which is common, there is Raja Ram Mohan Roy, everyone which you study from your spectrum textbook or normal test series which any coaching including Vysh have given you, from that you could solve history questions, okay. And polity also I have seen about the constitution, about the ordinance bill, everything which is expected, Lokpal, this and all is coming already in your all test series and thing. In current affairs also you should be studying it, okay. So here usually they will ask like whose quote is this. Here they are asking, telling it is Gandhiji's quote, but during which timeline or which movement did he tell this quote? Okay. Then subsequent to which one of the following event Gandhiji consistently opposed untouchability and appealed for the eradication from all spheres, the upliftment of Harijans. Okay. Again, so this and all, the Pune Pact, I think this kind of things and all, we have seen it in the spectrum textbook itself. It's not any rocket science kind of thing. And then again, next question, if you see, dancing girl, this I'm not telling the answer. This everybody should know. The first textbook when you open itself of ancient history, first chapter is Indus Valley Civilization. Everybody should know what is this dancing girl, the other priest, bearded priest, all these things, what metal or what it is made of, everyone should know. Okay. Again, it's a repeated question of Portuguese, what they introduced. Okay, this again in spectrums thing, it's there where they came with different things, whether coconuts they introduced or not. But again, here guava, pineapple and all, you won't find in your textbook, but still this will be solvable if you have read the spectrum. Okay, again, I will detailedly analyze this. You just go through the level. Okay, this paper, I think set D, if any student has opened today, they would have felt much more confident. Okay, because you see all are things which you are familiar with, things which you have seen in your textbook. We have reached the fifth question here. And here, if you see, Chauri Chaura, okay, Chauri Chaura movement and all, everybody should study and go. But here they are asking who provided legal defense to the people. Okay, this also, I believe in our spectrum classes, we would have covered it. So you try to answer in comments now just to see, okay, I am telling to 26, 27 aspirant to see whether your preparation is going in the right track. Okay, else you are finding it difficult means it's okay. Because people have already given this paper today, and imagine their condition. Okay, with this paper, after that they have to give the CSAT also, they will be in tremendous pressure also. So you are sitting at your comfort of your home. So you should be ready for this kind of thing. Next 1 year, you should be preparing with any coaching class with proper dedication that you will be able to solve this when it comes in the next year's paper. Okay, so here again, UK, Denmark, New Zealand, Australia and Brazil, how many of the above countries have more than 4 time zones? Okay, time zones also in geography, latitude, longitude, when we are teaching in CRT classes, you will know when, like suppose kind of Russia is this much big that they will have multiple time zones. Okay, like India, we know India's map is like kind of like this. If you draw, only one time zone is there, which is at 82.5 degree. 82.5 east, where it passes through 5 states, which is again Trikvi, Totu, Mocha, MOUCA, and more the wider, like you know USA and all, they'll have Pacific time zone or East time zone. They have multiple time zones, Central time zone. So like that, this based on the size of the country, you can imagine or you can easily tell like how many will have more than 4 time zones. If it has to have 4 time zone, it has to have a larger span, bigger country it should be. Okay, so like that they are asking your common sense also in this question, and like that again, how many of the above. So you cannot eliminate here. You have to know whether all 5 of them are there or all 4 of them or 3 of them. You have to know each and every one, only then you can solve this. Okay, then we will go to the next one, which is now splitting a little bit into again geographical. After the that time zone question, they are going into more geography. So here minerals. Okay, already last time I think cobalt versus Democratic Republic of Congo, they had asked. That time I told you every mineral where it is more famous, where it is the highest production, that you have to know. And in our revision charts, snippet cards and all, in certain tables and all, this would be given. And like that you would have studied from whichever source you are studying, it will be there. In geography NCRT it's there, but how much you remember in the exam hall, that is up to you. Okay, so here again if you see how many of the above, so no elimination, you cannot eliminate, you have to know that. Now this one, if you see left side again, that Siberia and Alaska, this you have to know that world map, when you take a flat map, 2D map, we have this Russia here, and then we have after Russia, this side is the USA, right? Usually which is the map which you see, North America is there, South America is there, here Europe is there, and here big Russia is there. And so this side and this side, okay, When you take a globe here, full ocean is there, but ideally it is actually nearby, right? So they are playing with that only. One person travels from that person to this place, or one person is waking up here or sleeping here. The international dateline actually passed through that. Bering Strait is there, international dateline passed through. This and all in geography basic class we have taught. So they are put it in an application way. Okay, like when people are waking up and getting set for breakfast in these cities, it would be different days. Okay, meaning it is different days, it's in different time zones. When it is Monday in a particular place, which is in Siberia, they are asking it is Tuesday in Nome. So you have to know like which is on the left side of the timeline, which is on the right side, which is on a previous day, which is on a future day. So that again, basics of timeline, time zone, they made 2 questions out of it. So the examiner, whoever has prepared this question paper, has put every question in an application way that you cannot simply see the question and answer it. You have to just think 1 second on that, or 1 second is not enough, 1 minute on that, and that is why it takes extra time. This is the reason I am telling you cutoff will go low, because every student's preparation level will be same. I am telling about the serious aspirant, so they will have same preparation, so they all will have to put that extra 1 minute to think, because they from home cannot predict and go that okay, this city they will ask or this time zone they will ask. They are not by hearting everything and going. In the exam hall they have to put that 1 minute extra, and because of that everyone will find it tougher. Okay, so now again going down, consider the following pairs. Okay, these are all, if you see, in world history, we teach all these. World history, if you take, I think class 9th NCERT lectures are there in our test series, in our YouTube itself for free. So there, Sardinia, Italy, Normandy is there. Okay, so they have actually messed it up. So here, a good student will know which is wrong. Okay, like this is wrong. And so this, again, because of the how many, you cannot eliminate. You have to know everything. That is where I am telling. You will find it like, okay, this topic I know, this I studied, this Vysh sir taught me, or that other teacher taught me, or in this material I saw. But again, when it comes, so this is a direct question where it is a repeat question. Okay, this is a repeat question. So that's why I'm telling history, whoever strength it is this time, they are at least 15, 16 questions are there, I think, and they will be able to solve it very easily, and they will get a lot of marks. Okay, I think history will save you to reach the cutoff. Whoever is given history nicely. See, this is where I told math. Economics question, they have put it like a CSAT. Okay, and it's not one question, no, more than one question is there. Suppose the revenue expenditure is this much, suppose the revenue receipt is this much, the budget and borrowings is this much, interest payment is this much, then revenue deficit, fiscal deficit, primary deficit. These 3 in multiple places in our budget documents, it will be there in our economics test series, I think test number 1 itself, where we cover all the concepts. In that test itself, detailedly each thing, like this is equal to expenditure minus revenue plus interest minus deductions, like that. The formula, including GDP, GNP, deficits, everything in detail we have covered. Okay, but in the exam hall, now you take this and again see 1, 2, 3, then after that 1 and 2, 2 and 3. This combinations and all, when you think, sometimes by mistake, even after you solving it, maybe you will not be able to mark it correctly because of the tension and anxiety. That is where I'm telling 26 aspirants, be ready. This kind of lengthy questions they are going to ask you. And see, statement 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. This is what actually below, if you see, ethanol producers. Okay, ethanol producers, Brazil, USA. Unlike the USA, corn is the principal feedstock of ethanol production. So ethanol and this 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G and all, biofuel policy, bioethanol, and we have covered it. So this, I think it is solvable for the easy students who are very serious. INSTC with full map, including which all countries it passed through. I had made a detailed question. It's in there in our revision chart also. It's there in our test series also. So this route, okay, what all it connect. This I remember when I put it on YouTube, some student messaged also, like it's a very non-serious aspirant, told like that UPSC is never going to ask you like which all countries it passed through. You are asking silly questions. Okay, but we taught you because in 2017, 16 and all, they used to ask like this Kottayam to this Nagaland, Kottayam to Kohima road passes through which all states, or how many number of states. It's like 7 or 8 states. So this kind of questions have been asked by UPSC, and that's why every transport corridor we have made map and country wise question. This exact question will be there in my test series, exact one. Okay, I can show you this. So like that, that's what I'm telling. If you are serious, if you have covered the basic subjects and current affair, all topics will look familiar. Now it's only about the time management. If you manage the time well, this paper you can score 60 to 70 to 80 marks is what I feel. But again, question by question, when I do and do in a time zone, time controlled environment, then only I can also correctly tell you the cutoff. Okay. So World Bank want that India would be the first places where wet bulb temperature routinely exceed 35 degree. So it's again based on a report by World Bank whether flooding and rotting will happen, animals will be affected and all. So this again, if you have seen the report, it's fine. Else through common sense also you can come to a particular thing. See again mathematics. In economics, mathematics, the same thing. 50,000 crore is the fiscal deficit. It is receiving 10,000 crore as non-debt creating capital receipt. So the country's interest liabilities are 1,500 crore. What is the gross primary deficit? So again, two questions on the same concept. If you know primary fiscal deficit and revenue deficit, this both are solvable. Okay. So, but only thing, as I told, if you take that 1-2 extra minutes, you will be missing out on seeing other questions like history and all, which are maybe easier below. Okay. See again, Finance Commission. This is again tough questions. 15th Finance Commission, we taught you the question have already come, like what are the criteria to give, like forest cover is used or the income gap is used. All these things we have seen. But here it has recommended grants of 4,800 crore for this year, and 45% is this one, 45,000. This much number numeric is not a UPSC question. This is like an SSC question or a you can tell PSC Kerala state level thing or Karnataka state level UP PSC is there. In that they ask these kind of numbers. Okay, like who is the chairman of Pepsi, or how much turnover had Sahara done this year. This kind of number games and all, a student usually cannot study. But again, here one benefit is that here elimination is possible. Okay, here it's not how many of the above. Here elimination is possible because everywhere 3 are there. Any one, if you know it is wrong, then you can eliminate that and come to the answer. So that is one good thing they have done for this. Even though it is not a typical UPSC question, they helped you with the options here. Okay, so this way, RTGS, NEFT, and that other one also IMPS, everything, like when all it is open now, almost everything is 24/7 it's working, and how much you can transfer this everything in our economics test. I think test number 3, my students can open the test and confirm now. Okay, these are all detailedly covered. Okay, detailedly covered. But again, in the exam hall, how much you could remember, that is where the confusion is. Now again, UPI, India UPI is always in discussion, that equivalent to Pakistan's GDP, India is doing UPI transactions per month. Okay, that level of UPIs we are doing. So obviously a question is expected. Past also a question has come on UPI, GST and all these things. So here, how many of the countries have accepted India's this thing, UPI payment? Okay, that again, UAE in certain places there, France I think in Eiffel Tower area or somewhere it's there. So like that, certain places it is accepted. So that again you have to, because of the how many, okay, even though 1 or 2 you cannot confirmly tell it is only 2. You have to know whether all the 5 countries they have done it or not. That whenever you see, when the leaders of these countries come to India, Modi will be taking them to some store and then making them scan UPI. They will get impressed, then they will go back and implement. So this and all, if you have seen the current affair, you will be able to do. Okay, because typically in a normal current affair magazine and all, I don't think anyone will teach you specifically which country implemented this. Okay, but we will cover that in the newspaper and everything. We'll cover that. Now again, IBRD, which is again should be easy, International Bank of Reconstruction Development. This also we have a detailed chart. Actually, World Bank has 5 parts in it: IBRD, IDA, then MIGA, then the other 5 things are there. One judicial related thing is there. So 5 bodies are there, and that 5 bodies, what is the function, where is it headquarters, which year it was formed, everything in one single table I have given to all my students. Okay, and it's there in our economics classes and test series also. See, Surya Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana. This is there in our current affair PDF. Everyone would have, anyone, no, I'm not telling what Vysh is. Anybody who is a good student, studied from any current affair magazine would be knowing the answers of this. Okay, it's all direct schemes. So there are, as I told, there are easy questions. See, defense, obviously when this much war situation is going on, a defense question is expected. So this is Dornier, IL-76 and Globemaster. All 3, we have separate things covered in current affair. You should have read about it. You should have studied it. Rare earth elements also detailed in my revision chart, in my snippet card, in my test series. So this again I will tell a easy question. Okay, this is an easy question. But again, economics was tough. And here if you see, artificial way of causing rainfall to reduce air pollution. Okay, this again in multiple countries, like even UAE they have tried. In Delhi they were discussing this. Then here Kavach, the train accidents, multiple train accidents were happening. They are not able to detect whether something is there in front of it because of the fog and all. So Kavach system, our Minister Ashwini Vaishnav was going on discussing. So this in detail in our editorial Hindu video is there in YouTube also. And we have, I think in test series, it should be there. At least one MCQ on that month which happened, we should have covered it. Okay. Then considering the following statement regarding to pardoning power. So you're direct. Okay, this will make people happy. Okay, whoever students have prepared their basic textbook of polity, the core polity and went, they will feel happy seeing the pardoning power and all, because mercy petition, pardoning power, this presidential versus legislative powers and all this and all, everybody studies and go. Okay, so these are the questions where you have to score and you have to reach that cutoff. Okay, history questions are one, polity questions are the other one, and then the important schemes. This is where I am telling you 60 to 70 to 80 marks you will be able to score. Okay, now space missions, axiom. SpadeX and Gaganyaan. All three were important. All three are in the news in multiple months because they will test it once, then they will send it, then it will fail, it will success, or its future is going to be launched. All the three we have covered in detail. So they are encourage and support microgravity research. Okay. Now going down to the 27 question. Speaker. Okay, speaker should vacate the house or not. This is again a repeat statement. This already UPSC have asked, but again, constitutional member, House of the People on being elected as speaker shall resign immediately or not. So again, speakers basics. This very basics. Okay, speaker chapter in UPSC or your Lakshmikant or Polity, any textbook which you study, in that it's directly there. Okay. Now question arises whether a member has disqualification. Okay. And then there is no mention of the word political party. Okay, this you tell me in comment section whether there is the word political party written in your constitution or not. If you simply read your textbook, Lakshmikant textbook, you will know this. Okay, this is again easy. I think polity and history is going to save the students. Okay, polity plus history. If suppose this around 16 questions and this around again 16 questions, 30 questions, if you did correctly, right? Because it's direct. If you have done 60 marks plus you have secured. Okay, then we have, as I told, there are schemes, there are current affairs, we have, and the geography is basic, time zones and all. If you know that commonsensically, you could, I think that's what I'm, as and when like this we analyze, only we come to a conclusion whether people like it's doable or not. Okay, so again my thing is 60 to 80 is what I feel as of now when we reach the 30th question. Okay. National Restoration Law to tackle climate change and biodiversity law. Okay, this again, all these bodies are important. So this again, I think it will be difficult for students to remember this particular thing. But this, I think in the current affair magazine it's available. Okay, but it's difficult for students to take it in the exam hall. Just remember it, it's a little difficult. State governments have no power to making rules of grants of concession. Okay, in mineral minerals. This again, mineral minerals and major minerals, state versus central power. It's already asked in UPSC. This is a repeat question. Okay, in a different way. They just made it statement 1, statement 2 type, but it is a repeat question. Now, ordinance. Ordinance can do what? Okay, meaning law you pass, or the president or the governor has the special power to pass an ordinance when the parliament or assembly is not in session, with what all you can do with that ordinance. Okay, that again is there in your basic textbook. So this ideally, again, polity is looking easy to me, but again, because of these 1, 2, 3 statements and how many, some of the things are going to be tougher. Okay, so capital is named after a fort. So they are describing a state now. Okay, this came into existence based on an amendment. Then initially a Part C thing in this thing, but after 1956 it became. So this again is very, very factual. It's there in your textbook, but I accept that this is going to be tough. Okay, because 7, 8 northeast states are there. Each state, like the formation and all pinpointed, you remember, unless you are from those states, it's a little difficult. Okay, so this is in tough category, I will tell. So like this, I'll make a table. Okay, like I showed you Excel, right? I'll make a table where I will put like history, this many, geography, this many, and within the history, I will put like how many easy, how many medium, how many tough, full thing by today evening or maximum today night or tomorrow morning. I will try to put that because it takes time to map and make that physically, that Excel and all. But I will do it, okay, so that you get an idea how it is going to be and what we can come to a conclusion, like what can be the cutoff. Because by that time, my students, everyone will on their phones and they will start messaging, sir, I did these many questions, I did these many questions. So an average, I will take a survey and then only come to a conclusion. It's not about what I feel as a toughness level. The actual students who went to the exam hall, what they felt, the heat, that I will take as a criteria for deciding the cutoff. So Constitution of India explicitly mentioned that in certain spheres, the governor of a state act as in his or her own discretion. President of India reserve a bill passed to, okay, this again reserving the bill, Tamil Nadu government versus center fight is going on, and every day, including I think 2 days back newspaper, this was there. Vice President versus states are fighting, Governor versus Chief Ministers are fighting. So this is expected question. Again, it's not out of the book. It is from the book only. Provisions only they asked. They did not ask you the news item. They ask you the actual core. Okay, separation of judiciary, see whether it is DPSP or fundamental duty or fundamental right, this and all is basics. Okay, this you have to know. This if you don't know, then it's like your preparation is very low. See again, Interstate Council, National Security Council, Zonal Council, again all are there in your textbook. How many are as per the provisions of constitution, meaning which are all the constitutional body and which are the statutory body. This also is very, very easy because you know which all the ones are made by a certain act passed by the parliament. Even act name you will know, 1956 act and all, which made these councils, you will know. So with that is also an easy. So again, polity and history is the one which I think will save you. Okay. Now with reference to the Constitution of India, if an area is declared as a schedule, 5th schedule, okay, 5th schedule, 6th schedule also, it's a repeat question. So you have to know that the number of questions, I think at least 15 questions polity have come already. Okay, this looks tough. This is National Automotive Board, Coir Board, and National. Last time it was T Board. Okay, they asked T Board. Before that, Silk Board was there, Coffee Board was there, Rubber Board was there. This and all was there. Now they have come with a new one, Coir Board, and they did not ask you state or place this time. They ask you the ministry. Okay, Ministry of Commerce, Ministry of Heavy Industry, and Micro. So this is tough because one thing, very strange bodies, and then how many? Okay, strange bodies plus how many? This comes under tough category. So this tough category, itself I think 20-30 questions are there. So you have to just avoid that questions, and with the remaining you have to reach the cutoff. Okay, now we can see list 1, union list, executive power, condition. This looks easy. That is polity 1. Which requires 1/2 of the states to ratify it. So this again, for passing which bill, how many majority? We have simple majority, we have effective majority, we have special majority. Okay, so different things for different activities are there. This also in table format we have given you in revision chart. Just go through that. This should be easy. Okay, now governor of a state is not answerable to any court. No criminal proceeding against the governor. Member of the state legislature not liable to any proceedings. This again basic polity. See, basic polity it is. It's not current affair. It is not any outside the book thing. It is from the book. Okay, now consider the following activity: production of crude oil, refining, storage, this thing. Oh, this one, P, petroleum and natural gas. This is a repeat question. Okay, if you are not knowing that this is a repeat question, that means till now you didn't even solve previous year questions. Okay, 2016 to 21 or something freely is available in my YouTube itself, and there itself you will see a question on petroleum natural gas body. Okay, petroleum natural gas regulatory body, repeat question this is. But they asked in a different format, but the topic was asked. Now panchayats, to be eligible of panchayat, this again, see, 30 years and all. This again, last time I think they gave 21 years. This is a repeat statement. 2016 or 2018 prelims, I think. Correctly, I'm not able to know, but this is a repeat statement. But again, see, 1 and 2, 2 and 3, you have to know. It's not how many, it's which of the following, but not correct. Many people will not read this not correct, and then even after knowing the answer, they will not solve it. Consider the following about BIMSTEC. BIMSTEC was expected because now SARC and all, problems are there. So BIMSTEC is the major body. And here again, which of the following, and only two, meaning any 1 or 2, if you eliminate, you will be able to solve this. They're asking about the existence, they're asking about the members, they're asking about the declaration. So it's again basic about this thing. BIMSTEC, has some sectors in which they focus. So that also, it should be solvable. This looks solvable. Now again, another thing, the awards and sports. Awards and sports is always a very irritating topic because they ask you like which year somebody got Padma Shri or whether this many Padma Shri was given. So that and all is very, very difficult. Okay, and here they are asking Gandhi Peace Prize. Okay, there is Indira Gandhi Peace Prize also. There is other different peace prizes. This and all, everyone cannot by heart or remember and go. Okay, just give me a second. Okay. I think the audibility may have some problem. Just 1 second. Okay, just a loose connection of the mic. Okay, so Peace Prize, they're asking you the jury who will be included, and then after that, if you see here, add this one, AI Action Summit. This is a current affair. This is a current affair in our February, March magazines. It will be there. Gagan, our own, you can tell, GPS related thing when it is there in the news, that time this will keep coming. Okay, GPS aided Gagan is there in our Science and Tech PDF. You can go and see. So there are questions which is familiar and people should be able to solve. See, this is again India yearbook type thing, and it is difficult, I will tell. They're asking you whether it's correctly matched or not. International Year of the Woman Farmer 26, this thing 27, this thing 29. So this is very tough. Okay, this is all you should skip and come. Consider the following statement regard to BRICS. Okay, again the summit. So BRICS also they asked, BIMSTEC also they asked. It's very rare that 2-3 bodies are together asked in the single paper, but it's like we can't do anything. Okay, they ask you means you have to do it. Lokpal is expected question. It's there in our polity test. It's there in our current affair. It's there everywhere. Okay, but problem is again 4 lengthy statement. You have to read everything, every particular criteria. We'll see again. See sports. So this time it's about Coco World Cup. Yes, because it happened. This again you should know. Okay, this happened, and that time including the mascot with pictures we have covered it. But question asking this level, like India women beat Nepal with a score of 54-36 in the final. This is absurd. Okay, this is totally absurd. In UPSC they are asking the score of a particular thing. Okay, you at least ask like India beat Nepal, it's fine, or India beat Nepal for the first time, that's fine. But the score of a particular game, who will remember? Then, like I think once they asked, even IPL like this only they asked once. An IPL question came few years back where they asked like in which round which team beat another team and all. That level of detailing, you are actually mocking the students who are preparing UPSC. Okay, they are staying away from all these sports and all these things, and you're asking the score of a match. It's like very, very bad. Okay, asking the score of a match is very, very bad. Finals of the 45th match, Gukesh became the world's youngest winger. Okay, this is still okay. They're asking, they are the youngest winger. He got a record. That is fine. But this record, this particular 7th minute he won or 19th minute he won, this is score. That is very pathetic. Okay. So again, going to economics again. So bond, hedge, capital, which are alternate investment fund. This topic we have covered in detail. It's anyone you would have studied from, whichever student who is studying from economics, from any coaching, any teacher, you would have been taught this. Else, it's bad. Okay, if you don't know AIF. Then which are the following are income of the Reserve Bank of India. Okay, so again 5 statements, but it is not how many. So you can do elimination and get to that. See. Ratio type, this is to this. You have to know that enforcement director is under this act, under this power. See which department. It's not even ministry, they're asking you the department itself, Department of Revenue. So all these things comes in news and we would have covered, but it's tough. Okay, this is tough question. Okay, you cannot that time fix it whether all these are correct, because they are asking how many. On top of all these things, you are asking 3-pair matching, and then you are asking how many. Students will find it irritating in the exam hall. All listed companies in India to submit a business responsibility. Okay, this again, we remember teaching you this, but again, this in tough category. Okay, you cannot remember this. Allied agricultural activity like poultry, rural agriculture not considered as a capital asset. Okay, this again, when learning economics, agriculture portions and primary, secondary sectors and all, this is taught, but again, I will tell medium to tough category. India has joined the Mineral Security Partnership. Yes, this was in news, MSP. Okay. Critical minerals, like rare earth elements was one and critical minerals was one. This in detail in our daily editorial videos, it's there. I remember teaching this. But again, because it's 3 statement, you may find it in a medium category. I will not tell it as easy. So again, investment in a company, bond holder, this bond share type questions, these people, it's again, UPSC students are not expected to by heart all these things. This is again tough category. It's a 3 statement again and assertion reasoning like this and this, explain that. It's difficult. Okay, it's difficult. All these questions looks like that only. Everything is looking little complicated. Okay, equity, option and stock market. These things students cannot study. Okay, so this is again tough category. Circular economy is still easy. Circular economy wastage, like you will recycle and reuse, and circular economy, it looks easy. Capital receipt, create a liability, borrowing. This is again looking easy because they're asking the basic things about what is a capital receipt, what is borrowing, what is disinvestment. This is expected. This you have to study. This only mathematically they asked in, like I showed you some questions where they're asking you calculate the physical deficit, calculate the revenue deficit and all. Now consider the following countries. How many are there? NATO. Okay, NATO is expected. NATO is already asked also. It's a repeat question. So, Turkey plays double game by sometimes acting as a NATO member, not as a NATO member. This and all we discussed multiple times, NATO. Now again, if you see locations, Andes Mountains passes through. Okay, again a location. So this again, medium category. Andes Mountains is very famous. Andes Mountains in South America, Rocky Mountains in North America, Alps in the Europe. All these things, where all it passes through, which all rivers comes out of it. This and all we have discussed in the map sections. See again, how many of them does the equator pass through? So this is a little tough. These many lakes, locations knowing an equator, this is tough category. 2023 based, they are asking turmeric. Okay, turmeric, because turmeric board was set up in this budget and all, I think in Hyderabad or Telangana. So that related, they are asking you. This in detail we have covered. This should be easy. This should be easy for students who have done the news. Okay, done the current affair. This is a easy question. Then evidences of continental drift. Continental drift, again, it's there in your geography and CRT. So that should be easy to medium category, I will tell. Amount of dust particles in the atmosphere is more in subtropical, and these are dry. This again is geographical, little implementation, little bit thinking. Again, geography and CRT, but medium category. Northern hemisphere isotherms. Isotherms question have already come. This also I will tell, medium category. Concept, geography, conceptual questions these are. Effect of water on rocks. Chalk is a very permeable rock. Clay is impermeable rock. Chalk is porous. So porous and impermeable. This again is there in some of your science books also, but again I will tell this is a medium category. Okay, Rashtriya Gokul Mission. This is covered in detail, but it's little older scheme. Okay, it's not a new scheme. It's older scheme. So how many of you remember whether it is like having indigenous, whether it is having traditional or modern things? That confusion if you have, then you will not be able to solve. So again, because of the oldness, I will tell medium category. Okay, then what is the, without the atmosphere, temperature would be well below the freezing point. Heat absorbed and trapped maintains. Again, concept, geography, concept, medium category. So again, geography is not the one which is going to save you. It is going to be history and polity. See, Aragata, repeat question. Okay, Aragata, repeat question. It's already come in 2016 or 2018. Okay, it's a repeat question. So this you should be able to solve it if you have done the previous year questions alone. Okay, all this page completely is history, and it looks easy to me. Rajaram Mohan Roy, Great Love, Philosophical System, Rational and Scientific Approach. Yeah, this and all looks easy. This and all covered only. Then here Matta Vilasa, this is there in our history. Non-cooperation program again. But here how many is there? So this makes it little in the medium category. Fine. Okay, fine. I think Chandragupta 2 time. Okay, this we again, fine is there. Hued's son came in the time of Harsha, and again one more person will come later. So this in order we have told you, FHI in that order we had already covered. So this is easy question. So again, history, polity is going to save you. Military campaigns, Sri Vijaya, Malaya Peninsula, Sumatra, Java. Okay, so this again, Indonesia and all, it will be Chola dynasty is the one who spread till there. So that way it should be easy. Gandhara Mahavidyalaya, Vishnu Digambar. Okay, this also Vishnu Digambar is covered in your books. It is covered, but whether you will be exactly knowing the location, this will be in the medium category. It's not easy. Okay. Ashokan inscription. Ashokan inscription is expected. Pradeshika, Rajuka, Yukta. This again, Pradeshika thing, once it was asked in a different way. So this also students should be able to do. But again, I will tell it's a medium category. It's not easy. See, non-cooperation again. In the same page, non-cooperation, one more question. Attainment of Swaraj by all legitimate and peaceful means and stages civilians. Yeah, this also you should be able to solve. Asmaka, this is there with the map in your NCRT. With the map, these locations are there. Okay, when you study the 16 Mahajanapadas, okay, I have with the picture, I have explained each location for you. We have a revision chart also where each city, its capital. But again, river flowing, if you know the general map, this should be able to solve. Okay, but because it's how many, it will look medium category. Okay, because it's how many, else you could have eliminated and come to a conclusion very easily. Okay, where history is done, and now the science type. Full battery, hydrogen fuels and fuel cell. How many are alternate power train vehicles? Okay, this is all you have to think little bit, but again, medium, it's not easy category. Okay, cigarette butts, eye lenses, car tire, how many contains plastic? Okay, the same thing they asked, like how many contains lead. One question came last time, they like lipstick and cosmetics, like that 3-4 things they gave. This one, coal gasification. This again, detailedly in current affair we have covered. UAV, drones, you know, vertical landing, all types of extreme statements are there. So with that, again, CSAT level, you can easily eliminate and come to the conclusion. But detailed correct answer, I'll tell you later. Okay. Electric vehicle battery usually make up battery cathodes. So again, it's medium to tough category. Which of the common characteristic of chemical substances generally known as LLM105? LLM105, again, I think in the news current affairs there. Simply search, open my magazine, whichever folder you have, search for this keyword, you will get the answer. Okay. Majorna one chip. Okay, this again, AI and deep learning and machine learning, this thing again, if you have read the news only, then you can solve. So that is, I will tell, medium to tough category. Monoclonal antibody. This is a repeat question. UPSC have asked on this proteins and immunity system and all. UPSC have already asked recently. No virus can see. Extreme. No, they are doing. So this, by reading the statement and looking at the options, you should be able to get it. Okay, again, I expected how many. They're asking how many to make it tougher for you. Okay, that means all the three you have to come to a conclusion whether it's there or not. And activated carbon. Okay, activated carbon, it is going to be tough. Okay, this is going to be tough for you. 91 studies indicate that carbon dioxide emissions cement industry. Okay, cement, clay, cement, limestone. This again, once it came, but this again, because it's 3 statement and you have to do that explain thing, this is going to be tough category. 28th COP thing, Declaration on Climate Health, whether it's binding or not. This is, I will tell, easy to medium. Okay, because it was there in the news. You have to know the COP summits which happen, where it happens, and what declarations you have to know. Scientific study, shift is taking place in the Earth's rotation and axis, solar flare. Okay, this solar flare things also, it's expected question, and it looks kind of easy to me. Okay, it's kind of easy. So you may be finding it difficult, whichever I am telling easy. Don't think like it's like very easy and all. I am telling based on whether this was covered in current affairs or covered, or students will study and go. Okay, that way I am telling it easy. I'm not telling like easy. I'm telling most of the tough ones also, very honestly, I'm telling you in the first glance. Okay, Article 6 and Paris Agreement. This also is like everybody who prepares should prepare and go. So because it's 3 statement, maybe you will have that confusion whether it explains the other one or not, but the topic is familiar. So I'll put medium category. Okay, direct air capture, in the news you would have seen this in aviation topic and all when you're studying. So this one again I will tell a medium category. Peacock. Okay, this is there in the news. So this again, it's like tough. Okay, medium to tough, because if you have not seen the news, you cannot solve it. Natural Solution Finance Hub of Asia. This again should be in the medium category. Okay, because this is covered, but you cannot remember it. So okay, let me put it. It's like a tough category. Okay, this should be tough category because you cannot remember it from that particular day's news. You cannot remember carbon dioxide emission. Planet Earth. So again, this you can tell environment. The last 2-3 questions are environment. So set D, which we are discussing, environment questions are, see, 5 statements. This usually once they asked about GST, which are the following of GST, and they give 8 items like this. So here again 5 things they have given, and they're asking the description, meaning your geography textbook will mention all this, but again you remembering all this and then again doing this pathetic, how many of the following, how many of the above pairs, that is where the difficulty will come. Okay, so with reference to planet Earth, this again, yeah, this could be solved. This is easy. Okay, this is easy. So because it's which of the following also, you can eliminate and get to the answer. So this is the 100 questions. This is what has happened today 9:30 to 11:30, and many of your fellow aspirants have given this, faced this exam in that pressure of 2 hours, and it's like, I appreciate them for giving this paper. It is difficult. They have given this paper means and they have able to get 70 to 80 marks means they have done extremely well. And we'll do detailed analysis like this screen which you see is last year's 2024. So I did the split up. So there, if you see history, only 9 questions came. This time it is more than that. It is more than that. And easy, if you see, it was 0, but this time easy is more. So this will I'll update this. I'll update not only the question split up, this also format split up also, like each type of questions how many came, because this all will be the route for you to, or the base for you to build up and prepare your next 1 year for 2026 exam. Okay, so these are all the 2024 papers. Questions, and like last year we did like subject wise, if you remember, polity, then the animal questions, the geography, history, everything separately in separate videos I did. This time also I'll do, and then 1 year timetable video also I will do for studying 26 aspirant. By Wednesday or Thursday I will be uploading it. So before June 1 you will be all ready for 26 preparation if you are studying with me, studying with Vysh IAS. But again, don't worry. Okay, don't worry if you did the exam badly or if it is tough and all. I got many messages yesterday because we did that 3-4 videos of how many questions to attempt, how to face the pressure in the exam hall. All this we covered in detail, exam hall etiquettes, and also many students sent many messages. This last year's messages also. Everybody told like this helped them get that confidence, and however the paper went for you. Okay, I am also standing with you. I am telling you it is in the tough category because of the pattern. Topics looks easy, but the pattern, including that use of score of a Coco match and all, because you will study everything about that Coco tournament and go, but they ask you a score of a match, it's very, very difficult. Okay, so I'll do next video soon. just tell in all your feedback in comment section, so that it will help me get more data for the next video which we do. So just wait and keep preparing. Okay, just be positive. Everyone has faced the same way this exam, and everyone will get the same kind of result only. Okay, those who have studied well, you have done your best with this kind of paper, you have done your best only. Okay, so let's wait for the next update.